So it may be international weekend, but there's still plenty of Premier League news to get your teeth sort of dug into. And of course, the main one is that Manchester City case against Premier League, the arbitration against associated party transactions, and the whole world of legal issues surrounding that case. Of course, the ruling came out on Monday. Both Manchester City and the Premier League claimed victories from that ruling, and it's hard to really know which one is more true to life. I think a lot of the opinions from experts seem to suggest that the Premier League haven't fully won, Manchester City haven't fully won, and the gap, somewhere in the middle is where the ruling will be. But of course, for Newcastle United, they'll be taking a keen eye on what that means, what changes are made, and how they can use that to their benefit in the future. Of course, Newcastle have really been hampered by the rules since the takeover of the club. We've seen PSR become a more prominent thing, and the penalties for breaching PSR becoming a real prominent thing. So obviously that has stifled their ability to spend on transfers. And we all know the best way they can navigate PSR is to increase revenues. But of course, if they can't increase that commercial wise because of associated party transactions, or they're limited in that way, then that limits what they can do there, and then it falls back on ticket prices and whatnot. So there's a variety of things Newcastle United will be taking a particular interest in. And of course, the story might have broken Monday, but it's far from over, and I think there'll be numerous sort of twists and turns of this story, not just in the next few days or weeks, but probably months. And of course, you've got that Man City 115 charges coming in the future. But that was the one big news story of the week and what's dominated the international break so far. The other ones surrounding Newcastle is the fact Tino Livramento is being belatedly called up to the England squad. He missed out initially, with just Anthony Gordon and Nick Pope being called up by Lee Carsley from Newcastle United, certainly. But injuries meant Tino Livramento has been included in that squad along with Curtis Jones. It'll be interesting if he does make his international debut. He was called up the last squad, didn't feature in any of them games, and of course still has eligibility to play for a couple of nations. So England will be really keen to get him tied down to England, his future to England. And Lee Carsley, as much as he didn't include him in this squad initially, he did include him last time as mentioned. So he's clearly a big fan of Livramento, and it's clearly how high England value him. The T's being the first one, as soon as there was an injury crisis, he was the first one brought back into it. Of course, they've lost Kieran Trippier this summer because of he's retired from international football. Kyle Walker started fall down the pecking order. Trent Alexander-Arnold is in there and has had a renewed sort of prominence under Carsley. But again, his future at England's always been a bit, hit and miss. So Livramento's hopefully can have a real good say in how if he can force himself into the squad on a regular basis, because we've seen in Newcastle he's a really good player. He's acted as deputy very well for Trippier. And yeah, it'll be interesting if he can make his debut when England play Greece and Finland this week. But of course, Newcastle United don't return action till a week on Saturday when they host Brighton, and they'll be hoping to better their result than the match against Everton. Despite an improved performance against Everton, of course, the result just wasn't there, or the 3 points wasn't there. So they'll be hoping to improve on that next Saturday. But between now and then, of course, the best way you can stay up to date with all the latest Newcastle United news and everything surrounding the club is with the Shields Gazette.